We have a big story to talk about right away
Right up.
in terms of this.
Let's not talk about literally anything else because this happened at when we were recording the day that we are recording. So let's just jump right into it. Jack takes away with our first big story of four today.
The big story this morning is that Frank Lampard, Chelsea legend, all-time goal scorer for the club, was sacked at Chelsea following a bad string of results. And it's not confirmed yet, but Thomas Tuchel, former PSG manager, is rumored to be the replacement, although Fabrizio Romano gave us the here we go, so it seems like that'll be happening as soon as Wednesday in time for the game against Wolves. And, this came after just a bad string of league performances. I think 4 points out of 15 possible from the last five.
Yeah.
But recently, including cup games, there were, I believe, 3 out of 4 wins. So it came as a bit of a shock. But from what I've been reading about it, seems like the decision was all made up after this Leicester game, where Frank Lampard got totally outclassed by Brendan Rodgers, and it's as a Chelsea fan, it's really sad for me because Frank Lampard is just a legend of the club. It's someone that has seen us through our best times, winning the Champions League, the Premier League several times, and sometimes through our worst as well. And I really wanted him to succeed, but unfortunately, as any Chelsea fan knows, our board is impatient and they
Yeah.
want results.
Do you
And it
think do you think
doesn't.
it was the right decision?
Do I think it was the right decision? Absolutely not.
Of course not.
I don't think it was the right decision. I think that Lampard's Lampard was always going to face a tough string of results because of the schedule congestion and also because he basically bought half of a starting 11 in the summer, and it takes time for them to settle. Chilwell was settled, obviously, because he was a Premier League
Yeah.
player, and all of these other big name signings that haven't quite been clicking yet that caused some of these results. I feel like he deserved at least till the end of the season to try and
Sure.
make it work. If he failed to like get top four, then sure. Like if he didn't meet the objectives, by all means, you can sack him. But I feel like he should have been given more of a chance than he was given. And I just think it's really disappointing, especially since it seems that some players had a very, not large role, but a role in getting him fired because of his favoritism of playing youth players instead of
Yeah.
experienced players at times.
Well, talk to me about that because I did look at some of the players' Instagram posts, Twitter posts, either giving support or kind of celebrating that he was leaving. Can you tell me like why exactly they fired Lampard and what the players had to do with that?
Yeah, so this isn't necessarily like confirmed. A lot of this is rumors, as a lot of stuff in soccer happens to be. But uh, it seems that Azpilicueta, club captain, been there since 2012, played alongside Lampard, was trying to calm down and kind of work with Antonio Rudiger, who was pretty disgruntled after wanting to move on in the summer and ultimately transfers falling through. And he was kind of frozen out of the side for a while. And it seems that he, along with what I heard was potentially Marcus Alonso, who was also frozen out after the 3-3 draw at West Brom, and also I believe Mateo Kovacic actually complained directly to the board about
Hmm.
Lampard giving youth products more time than them. And apparently, player power has been a big problem at Chelsea and the firing of managers since 2014 to 15 with Jose Mourinho, continuing with Antonio Conte, and with sorry, I blanked on his first name for a second there, but it's been a big problem, and ultimately it came to a head with this. And uh, funnily enough, I think this was more of a mistake the more I look at it. But one player, a bit of an outcast, Danny Drinkwater, happened to post 2 minutes after the announcement a video of him sliding and celebrating after scoring a goal on the pitch. And he later clarified that this wasn't meant as a dig against
Okay.
Frank
Yeah.
Lampard, but it seems like very poor timing,
Right.
and especially considering all of this other controversy surrounding the player's role in Lampard's sacking, it seemed a little off at first, but
Yeah.
it would have been weird if he was celebrating because he wasn't getting playing time anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In my opinion, I think that Frank Lampard might have taken the job a bit too early. I think most of the coaches that really jump right into head coaching careers usually kind of falter. I mean, we're kind of seeing that with Andre Pirlo with Juventus, to an extent Arteta with Arsenal. So it's a hard ask to take the mantle at Chelsea. But the question is, like, do you think Thomas Tuchel is the right man for the job? Because the past is the past. Lampard, he might have taken it early, but he's gone now. Is Tuchel the right man for the job? I know Christian Pulisic, our boy, probably thinks so. He played well under him when he was back in Borussia Dortmund, but right now we're in the present. So is Tuchel gonna lead Chelsea back to the success that they want to have?
Well, it's a tough question, but uh, out of the managers that are available, I would say probably yes, that he is the best person that I could think of out of given the options right now that are free and available. The only drawback I think is that he has no experience in the Premier League,
Sure.
but he has some not necessarily success, but some pretty high points in the Champions League, taking PSG to a final and holding Bayern Munich to one goal in the entire game, which is relatively impressive given their
Mm-hmm.
attack. And it is the Farmers League of League on whatever,
Yeah.
but he still consistently delivered titles to PSG and cup wins. So he clearly knows how to get the best out of players, and he clearly has some pedigree of success. And he's more experienced. I I as a Chelsea fan want him to succeed, obviously, and only time will tell if it's the right option. But just given all of the managers that are out there, I think it is.